In 2024, I covered a clinical trial that honestly sounded almost impossible. Scientists were taking stem cells, turning them into the very brain cells that makes dopamine, that's the chemical that helps our body move smoothly, and then actually putting them into the brains of people with Parkinson's. Now, 2 years later, we finally know what happened. Did the cell survive? Did they help? And was it safe? The answers are here, and they are more than just encouraging. This could be the start of something completely new. Hi, I'm Lama, and I'm a science storyteller. Okay, so here's why this is such a big deal. Parkinson's is a disease that slowly takes away movement. Things like walking, writing, even something as small as buttoning a shirt. It happens because the brain cells that make dopamine start dying off. Right now, the treatments we have can help for a while, but they can't stop the disease. And they can't bring back the lost dopamine cells. This is why you should be excited about this study. Instead of just managing symptoms, researchers tried something completely different, actually replacing the missing brain cells. Not with a pill, but with stem cells designed to replace the dopamine-producing neurons that are lost in Parkinson's. So here's what they did. 12 people with Parkinson's volunteered for the first trial, phase 1, which began back in 2021 and reported results in 2024. The first step was mainly about safety. Each person had brain surgery where doctors placed dopamine-making stem cells right into their brains. For a year after surgery, participants took medications to make sure their bodies wouldn't reject the cells. Once they stopped the meds, the doctors just watched closely to see what would happen next. Here's what happened and what we know now. First off, it was safe. No serious issues popped up. No tumors, no weird side effects, nothing scary with the immune system. Pretty amazing, right? Second, the cells actually survived. Scans showed that they were still there, still active, and still making dopamine. That's exactly what researchers hoped for. And third, some people actually felt better. Especially in the higher dose group, they had more good hours in their day. Doctors call that on time, but really, it just means more hours of smoother movement and fewer disruptions. So basically, the cells lived, people felt some benefit, and nothing dangerous showed up. For a first trial, that's really a big deal. Honestly, it's exciting to see this actually work in humans. So, what's next? After the 2024 phase 1 results, and now that we know the treatment is safe, the company behind the trial, Blue Rock Therapeutics, is moving to phase 3, the big one. This is the step that really shows whether the treatment actually works. This time, over 100 people will take part, which makes the results way more reliable. And it's what's called a double-blind study. That just means no one, not even the doctors, will know who got the real cells until the very end. Why bother with that, you may ask? Because it takes out bias. If someone thinks they got the treatment, sometimes they may feel better just because of hope. This way, if people improve, researchers can be sure it's because of the cells. Over the next year and a half, they will be tracking how well people can move, take care of themselves, and enjoy life. This means things like walking without freezing, writing more clearly, or even being able to get dressed with less struggle. Those are the things that matter most if this therapy is going to make a real difference. And honestly, it also takes a lot of courage from the people who volunteer. Being first is never easy, but without them, none of this would be possible. If this larger study confirms both safety and clearer improvements, this therapy could move toward FDA approval. It's not a cure, and it's not risk-free, but it's the closest we've ever come to actually replacing the brain cells Parkinson's takes away. You know, the idea of growing neurons in a lab and putting them into the human brain used to sound like pure science fiction. But now, it's just science. And if this next trial succeeds, it could change the way we treat not only Parkinson's, but other brain diseases too. If you've been enjoying Llama Science and want to support what I do, I've added a Ko-fi link below. It's basically like buying me a coffee, and it really helps me keep making this kind of content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more Science Made Simple. I'll see you in the next one.